Well, good morning, everyone. It is 6 a.m. on this Tuesday morning. Thanks so much for joining us here on Up with KREM today. I'm Channing Curtis. Well, meteorologist Thomas Patrick is getting us ready with the forecast for today. And Thomas, I know a lot of kiddos out there are very interested in Wednesday's forecast, but you got to get us through Tuesday first.
Yeah, today I think it's going to be smooth sailing mostly. I am monitoring just a little bit of fog over the West Plains. So if you're out towards Airway Heights, Medical Lake, or Cheney, you might be running into some fog in those locations. Everywhere else has been good to go. Even downtown Spokane seems pretty clear in that live shot behind the weather information there. But the visibility report does showcase that it is that Spokane International Airport, specifically in that little gray spot over the West Plains, seeing the most fog right now. So if you're heading from downtown westward, you are going to be running into a bit of fog along I-90.
Today, Spokane County officials are wrapping up construction on Bigelow Gulch and Forker Road. KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones is joining us live from that location this morning. So, Brandon, of course, we know a lot of drivers drive through this area. What do people need to know, especially those people who might be heading out in that area today?
Yeah, good morning, Channing. Well, for starters, county commissioners will be out here at 11 a.m. for the ribbon cutting ceremony. This project has been in the works for quite some time, and it's pegged as the Bigelow Gulch Forker Road Urban Connector. So what the project entails has, of course, been a lot of changes, but Spokane County says they were focused on widening and improving the road to make it safer. That includes accommodating more traffic, which should allow cars and any traffic to move through the area more smoothly. According to the county, the Urban Connector Alignment Project has also straightened and widened both the existing Bigelow Gulch Road and Forker Road to meet the objectives of improved safety, reduced congestion, and support of state and regional freight mobility initiatives. So we'll be out here for the ribbon cutting ceremony at 11, and you can get better looks at all of the new improvements. Of course, that can be found on KREM.com and KREM 2 app. But for now, reporting live at Bigelow Gulch Road, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
The Spokane City Council just passed a resolution opposing an initiative that will repeal the state's Climate Commitment Act. It was proposed by council members Zach Sapone, Paul Dillon, and Kitty Klitsky. They say Initiative 2117 would put millions of dollars in funding at risk for climate-related programs across the city. The city leaders said that some of the funding is for the North-South Corridor, Division Street Bus Rapid Transit, and youth-free ride programs. Councilmember Jonathan Bingle said he's in support of Initiative 2117. He says it created a hidden gas tax that has increased the cost at the pump.
So for me, I'm not going to be supporting it because I think the Climate Commitment Act is not a good way for us to actually attack climate change. I think it's a way for us to get money from the people, and then even the language in here I feel like is again, borders on extortion.
I think there's always data to support arguments. One with gas taxes higher, lower, WashDOT, what will happen in the future, maybe, maybe not going forward, but it's a resolution in our support for the benefits we believe are good for the city.
The Climate Commitment Act provides a cap and invest program designed to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 95% by 2025 in Washington state. In Idaho, voters will cast their ballots for Proposition 1. So this morning, our Tim Pham is explaining the changes it would make to the primary voting system.
The initiative Proposition 1 would repeal the state's partisan primary system and replace it with a top four primary system where all candidates seeking that office appear on one ballot and the top four vote earners advance to the general election. Candidates would be able to list their party affiliation, but it would not mean they represent the party. Candidates would also not be required to list party affiliation. This primary system would be used at elections for the U.S. Senate, the U.S. House of Representatives, state legislature, elective state office, and county elective office. Supporters say every registered voter should have the right to vote in a primary, not just those who identify as Republican or Democrat. Opponents say replacing the system with the top four primary is overly complicated and unnecessary. They claim all that's needed for independent voters to have a voice is to change the primary system to an open one.
Now here at KREM 2, we want to give you a chance to hear from the two candidates who are running for Washington's 5th Congressional District. And we hope you'll join us for tomorrow for a debate between Carmela Conroy and Michael Baumgartner. The debate begins at 7 tomorrow evening. You can catch all of the action on KREM 2, KSKN 22, KREM 2 Plus, and KREM.com. And you can watch all of our election coverage, including explaining what's on your ballot and full unedited interviews with the candidates right now on KREM 2 Plus. Your KREM 2 Plus is free to download on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. At 6:06, let's take a look at some of today's other top stories. Washington State Patrol was now investigating a shooting that happened earlier this month on I-90. WSP says the shooting happened between milepost 270 and milepost 276 on October 5th. The shooting victim was driving a white 2024 Mercedes-Benz SUV. The second car involved was a silver Mercedes sedan. Now, police haven't released any further details at this time, but if you have any information regarding what happened, they're asking that you call Detective Stevens at the number at the bottom of your screen. In the meantime, Washington State University police are increasing patrols as they investigate a possible sexual assault on campus. The university said in a Facebook post that the assault involved a female student in the parking lot of Beasley Coliseum last Monday. According to WSU police, the suspect grabbed the student from behind and choked her, causing her to pass out. The student woke up in the same location and believes that she may have been sexually assaulted. If you have any information, call WSU police. Well, Spokane Mayor Lisa Brown and her administration introduced a new ordinance to stop illegal dumping. This ordinance is meant to increase penalties by changing the penalty from a civil infraction to a gross misdemeanor.
People are prouder of their city when it's clean. People feel safer when garbage has been cleaned up. And also, we want people to know that they are part of the solution.
The mayor's office says the city collected 1.6 million pounds of garbage in 2023. They expect to surpass that number this year. The ordinance will go to the Public Safety Committee next week, and it will then be on the main agenda at the November 24th City Council meeting. Well, U.S. Fish and Wildlife are now offering a reward for information on 2 illegal gray wolf killings in Washington. One was found dead in Klickitat County near Highway 142 and Goldendale back on October 6th. But then just a few weeks later, another wolf was found dead southwest of Twisp in Okanogan County on October 20th. Fish and Wildlife is now offering a $10,000 reward for any information on the killings. You can call the number there at the bottom of your screen if you have any information, and that's a look at some of this morning's top stories.
At 6:08, we take a look at our forecast for this morning. Temperatures on either side of the freezing mark, all pretty normal stuff for late October here. Looks like some of our cool spots include Deer Park at 28 degrees and Pullman at 29 currently, but we are just above that freezing mark here in Spokane. So I haven't seen any frost on the grass or any of the cars parked outside as of this morning. Instead, just monitoring the chance for any fog to develop through the morning hours here. It hasn't been much, but a little bit over western Spokane County, kind of the usual spot to get fog, and that is where it is starting to pop up so far this morning. But otherwise, just a normal October day ahead of us. Partly cloudy skies and highs in the upper 40s. But coming up, we'll go into detail over when and where the rain chances are looking likely for this Halloween forecast. So look for that coming up.
Lots of treats are coming in for our annual KREM Cares Treats to Troops campaign, and we want to give a big thank you to everyone who has already donated. But to those of you who are thinking of donating, we still need your help. So KREM 2 visited Washington Trust's 5 Mile branch yesterday, where people have been dropping off cards and treats for the past couple of weeks. The gifts will all be wrapped up and then sent overseas to all of the men and women in our military this holiday season.
This year we've gotten a lot more cards than we normally get, which is really nice to see. We've also got hats this year. That was a new one this year, so we haven't really collected too many of those. But common things have been beef jerky, peanuts, but it's really cute to see them make the individual packages and kind of seal them up so that it's a surprise for the troop when they open it.
Now, this is the last week to bring in your donations to any Washington Trust Bank branch. Here's a list of the top 10 most requested items that was provided to us by Fairchild. So some of the suggested items include things like homemade cards, those drink mixes, snack bars, and get this, yes, sauce packets. A lot of people miss barbecue sauce. I totally get it. Now, if you don't even have time to buy your own treats, that's okay. You can still donate. You can make a monetary donation at Washington Trust Bank locations throughout the end of this week. And again, they are accepting all of these donations all this week long. For more information, you can text us the word treats to our number 509-448-2000. We'll send you a link right to your phone with all of the information you need to know.